We have bits of paper today because there are things that we need to
discuss. Yes, and we have been away a while. Sorry,
we have been away a while.
We do have a note from our mothers.
Not sure if it's making a difference on YouTube though. So this is for all our fans.
All our
fans.
Singular.
Well, how many have we got?
I have no idea.
Well, we're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay for something that we're not promoting. Hey, welcome to another episode of Lebs on League. This is episode, I have no idea, but I'll work it out and I'll put it down the bottom or the front at the beginning of the video.
That's probably a good thing. You can't remember what episode it's done. We've done a few then.
So I think we're in double digits.
Yeah,
we're in double digits.
Absolutely.
How are you, Bass?
I'm good.
This is Bass on my left.
This is Johnny on my right. And we're about to hit the season proper, so to speak.
2 more rounds to go before the finals,
yeah.
And we are now looking at the top 8. We've got our list here, and we've sort of worked out what we think the final top 8 are going to be.
Well, the first 6 are already done. They speak for themselves. So Bulldogs, 38 points.
Yep.
Storm, 34 points. Rabbits and the Sea Eagles on 32. Cowboys, 30. Sharks, 29. They're guaranteed.
Correct. My prediction with my mathematical equations that I've thrown into my computer is they're going to have the Broncos in 7th position, and then rounding out, it's going to be between the West Tigers and the Titans, and it's going to be a battle for the for and against. At the moment, what have we got here? Let's say,
well, the West Tigers have the Roosters and the Storm to come. I don't know. Robbie Farah out for the season with a broken hand. I don't know how well the Tigers are going to go. And the Raiders, I think the Raiders are playing on pure emotion. They've got the Bulldogs and the Warriors to come, so...
I've got the West Tigers losing both games. Sorry, guys. Where the Titans might sneak in with a win over the Panthers. And with the for and against currently, the West Tigers are on -1 and the Titans are on -6. There's absolutely nothing in it. It's all down to the last 2 games for these two. I think the Raiders are out of it because they've got the Bulldogs and the Warriors coming up. They're not going to beat the Warriors in New Zealand. So therefore, I think it's going to be between the West Tigers and the Titans. I think the Titans are going to slip in.
Okay, now that we've decided who our top 8s are going to be, I want to ask a question. During the course of the season, you play something called home and away games.
Yes.
Home, you play, and away, you play away. And mind you, you don't play all the teams twice. So
no. It's
home and maybe half away, or away and half at home.
And in the case of South Sydney, we have a home game at Blue Tongue Stadium.
So, now that the finals are here, why are sides being rewarded with home finals? Isn't what the home and away season is for home and away games?
Yeah.
When it comes to the finals, I think they should be played at 2 grounds. And everybody's going to come and say, well, what if you've got the Cowboys playing against the Titans in Sydney? Who's going to be there? I don't give a rat's ass. I don't give a rat's bum who's going to be there.
How's it going to work? Who gets to play who? With the top 8 decided.
Well, the new system is 1v4, 2v3.
1v4, 2v3. Okay.
The 2 winners will get the week off. The 2 losers must play. Then you have 5v8, 6v7. The 2 losers are out. The 2 winners will play the 2 losers from the top 4. Right. And they then go on to play the 2 that rested from the first week to get into the grand final. The grand final qualifiers. But
your beef is that they've got home finals games.
What the hell's that?
As opposed to just making them all at generic grounds.
Not generic grounds. ANZ, Allianz Stadium. Done. All your finals should be played there.
Yep.
Now, if you're unhappy with that, Brisbane, go start your own competition in Brisbane and play up there.
You want to play in the New South Wales competition?
You want to play in our competition? 2. Well, the New Zealand Warriors getting a home game. Start your own competition. Seriously. What are New Zealand doing in our competition anyway? So we lost the North Sydney Bears to accommodate
they
the
want
New
to be
Zealand
part
Warriors.
of the best rugby league competition in the world.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So we lost the North Sydney Bears, a foundation club, so the Warriors can be part of the best competition in the world.
I was watching a North Sydney Bears game the other day on Tuesday night
Rubbish.
football. Fantastic
Rubbish.
to see them, and at North Sydney Oval, I love the North Sydney ground.
So that's my beef.
I can understand that.
It's home finals. They should be played. If you got... and don't get me wrong, you've got a lot of sides that use ANZ Stadium as their home base. They shouldn't be allowed to play there.
But the top 4 is getting rewarded enough by,
having a second chance.
Having a second chance.
But do you realise that the team that finishes 3rd and 4th don't get a home final, but the team that finished 5 and 6 get a home final? Come on.
Don't understand it.
Come on.
Don't understand.
Okay, I understand.
Is Gallup now in charge of the commission?
No, Gallup's gone.
No, isn't he just been reinstated
No,
somewhere?
nothing to do with the game at all. He's about to actually take the job as head of the Soccer Australia Federation.
Soccer? Okay, I must have been reading the wrong article.
Yeah, no.
Or listening to the wrong thing.
Paying attention to what you read has never been one of your strong points.
No, look at the pictures.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Lucky there's a few of them in the paper, eh?
Nice. What you're eating.
Now...
So, look, yeah, fair enough, beef. Totally get it. You got another one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Laurie Daley.
Oh, no, hold on. I preempted this with Bass, so
Yes.
I've got some Laurie Daley stats. I'm a fan. You're a fan or not a fan?
As a player?
As a player?
Absolutely a fan.
Okay, but
Big
not
fan.
as potential coach. Just go through the stats of Laurie.
Before you say that, I'm not going to say that I'm not a fan of him as a potential coach.
Yeah.
But I don't think he served his apprenticeship.
Okay. No worries. Let's just go through the stats. I went to the trouble with that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 42 years old, so irrelevant. He's won
it's very relevant.
He's won 3 premierships. Well, I know it's relevant, which is why I've got it down there. 3 premierships
as a player.
As a player with the Canberra Raiders.
Yep.
He's played 23 State of Origins. He's played 21 internationals. He's been a coach for the country's squad 5 times. He's right down the middle. 2 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
Couldn't get any more square than that, eh?
It's pretty even, isn't he?
Yep.
Now, apparently, he stepped down as New South Wales selector in 2010. I love Wikipedia. After 5 consecutive series losses.
Yeah, and guess who stayed on after 7 consecutive losses? Bob, I love my own name, my own image. I love the hype Fulton. Bobby Fulton is the only survivor of 7 consecutive Origin losses in a row. Everybody else has gone the way of the dodo, and he's still there.
Yeah, started off with Laurie Daley.
That's how Jamie Buhrer gets a run.
Okay, he has a statue at Canberra Stadium. Now
Is this relevant?
Totally relevant. Yeah, I mean, if that's not going to feed your ego, I don't know what is. I would say before game day, you go down, you visit your statue, clean off the bird poop, head down to game day and see how you go.
That's going to win you an Origin.
That's going to win you Origin. 1995 Dally M Player of the Year, 5 out of the year the same year. In 1996, he was Dally M Silver medalist, and he was also the 5 out of the year, Captain of the Year, and also Proven Summons Medal, which is People's Choice for 1996. Mate, the guy is a bit of a legend.
Now that you've done reading his curriculum vitae,
I'm going to give you a job. You got a job, anyone, you just give me a call, you're hired.
Are you done?
Yeah.
City Country, that's all he's coached.
So I don't care, but he's also been playing. He's also been helping out. Who's that guy that can't win a State of Origin team?
Ricky
Stewart. He's been helping him out with the State of Origin team.
So has experience. So is Trent Barrett. Trent Barrett was the assistant coach of the New South Wales.
How old is Trent Barrett? Isn't he still like 32 or something?
He's 15, but
yeah,
it's that's not the issue here. Okay, look at the current coach of Queensland. He's won 7 consecutive Origin series. Yeah. Greatest Origin coach in the history of Origin.
Can I ask a question though?
Yeah.
Is he really the coach?
No. He was and with all due respect to Mal, because I'm a massive fan, he was a shit coach at Canberra. The powers that be at Canberra pretty much begged him on hands and knees to just get the hell out of town. Let us pay you out and leave. He had Neil Henry for the first 3 years of his tenure as New South Wales coach. He had Michael Hagan for the last 4 years. And don't get me wrong.
We're talking about Queensland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Is Hagan like the coach?
Yeah. I dare say Hagan's the tactician. Okay. Mel Meninga is the manager of men, the motivator, the reason why they've put a Queensland legend there, and the Queensland players respond to him.
You know why?
Been there, done that. That's what the sort of thing is, right? But as a coach, Mel Meninga was, and this is what I go back to. There's a lot of guys who are champion rugby league players. And when they've made the switch or they've gone the step up to coaching, failed abysmally. You like that word?
Yeah, well, abysmally. Yeah, no, it's a regular word. A lot of people use it. I'm not impressed with it.
Sorry.
It basically is what I'm saying. Look,
it was diabolical.
Yeah. Who would you say should be ahead of Laurie Daley then? Who else has got their hand up who you think should be?
See, this is the sad thing. We've copied Queensland again by picking an ex-New South Wales great. So it worked for Mel, it must work for us.
No, but Laurie Daley
has not coached a Toyota Cup. Mate, you coached City Country for 5 years. You know what that means? He's coached 5 games in 5 years. That's 1 game a year. City Country is a nufty game that nobody cares about. Stands for nothing, means nothing. The players play it because I don't know if they get paid. I'm sure they get.
He's a great mind of rugby league though. The NRL, he is a fabulous mind when it comes to tactics to an understanding of the game, the rules. I think he's a great leader. I think he'd be a great coach, and I don't think he could do any worse than Ricky Stewart at the moment. I'm prepared to give the man a go.
Ricky Stewart's won an Origin series way back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I'm trying to say is Ricky Stewart served an apprenticeship as a coach. He was the Bulldogs Toyota Cup side coach, and he won a premiership with them. Then he stepped up and coached the Roosters. He's coached Cronulla. He's coached. Laurie Daley has not even coached a Toyota Cup side. You can't consider it. You see, unless you go through the rigours of coaching for season after season.
I hear what you're saying.
We're trying an unproven product.
Well, let's see how we go with that. But who's got their hand up? Who's deserving to be in front of Laurie Daley?
All the other guys that put their hand up, I wouldn't give them the job either.
No, exactly.
Trent Barrett, Brad Fittler, I wouldn't give them the job.
I wouldn't either. And it's not that I don't like either one of those guys. I do like them. Once again, fabulous players, which supports Bass's argument. Great players, but not necessarily great coaches.
Mate, Wayne Pearce, he was touted as arguably the fittest man in rugby league. Nobody trained harder. Nobody played harder. You know, you'd have to hit him with a cement truck to get him off the field. Stepped up to coaching. We know how that went.
I tell you who did play harder and who trained harder. He turned out to be a wonderful coach. He also played in the same era as Wayne Pearce.
Who's that?
Des Hasler.
Well, Des Hasler was a halfback. Des Hasler, you know, I'm a fan of a guy who ran the game, like a halfback or a 5'8" or a hooker, who pretty much conducted their field, their side on the park. Would make that step up to coaching. And then again, contrary to my argument, Terry Lamb, one of the greatest players.
One of the greatest halves.
5'8", greatest backer-upper in the game, and for a long time held the record for the most number of first-grade games played, 349.
You know this.
What do we have on this?
Anyway, go on.
Love the game.
Okay.
It's been taken over by Darren Lockyer now. But 349 games, and that was equalled by Menzies, 349 games. Terry Lamb.
Are you just showing off?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Terry Lamb, like, for all the passion that he has, the players didn't respond to him. Nobody does the same.
Is that, look, I don't want this to go on forever, but is that it at the end of the day?
What?
The players either have your respect or they don't.
Absolutely.
You either have the players' respect or you don't.
Certain players respond to a coach in a different way. That's why Wayne Bennett, with the aura that he has, he always somehow gets the best out of all his players. They switch on. When Wayne Bennett's coming to your club, you're making sure you're staying fit in the off-season. You're making sure that you're playing the hardest footy so he notices you when he gets up there. That's what he's like.
Having a great track record doesn't help, you know. Anyway.
Look at Desi. That Bulldog side is probably exactly the same side that Kevin Moore had last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Where did they end up last year? I can't remember.
Mate, they didn't make the 8.
They didn't make the 8.
Absolutely not.
No.
I think they ran 10th. But
yeah.
Des Hasler, guy who's won premierships, coming to your club, so the players automatically know this guy knows how to win. This guy knows what it takes to make a winning side. This guy knows what it takes to have a winning culture at the club. We better pull our finger out.
Same with South Sydney. Maguire, Lane. I mean, look at the difference. Same team.
Look, are you serious?
Well, can't I say South?
Yeah, that's just it. You have to just say South. It's great. Just say South.
Okay, South.
That's it.
South.
What do you know about Maguire?
Sorry?
What do you know about Maguire?
I like his hair.
Do you know how many first grade games he played?
No.
20.
So? Let's get him for New South Wales.
So you went John Lang.
Yeah.
Maguire's much better.
I'm just saying that he's
Why? Because South.
He's got the players. That's what I.
There you go.
That was my argument.
No, I just thought you went. Look at the difference between John Lang and John Lang. Actually won a premiership as a player.
I know, but what I'm saying is that you take the South Sydney side last year, and you take the same team, you throw them 12 months down the track, give them Maguire instead of Lane, and look at the difference.
Look, yeah, absolutely, certain.
That's a legitimate argument,
Yeah,
and there was reason for me to bring it into this conversation.
That's fair enough. Now, I just thought you wanted to say South.
Souths.
That's right. The players have responded to Maguire.
Big thank you to the Roosters, by the way.
Absolutely.
On behalf of their support of Save Our Sons and Steggles. This is a bit of a plug for allowing Save Our Sons to be part of the Steggles Nest Egg charity. And we thank them very much. Went to a function just yesterday. And we think they're wonderful people.
In particular, a big thank you to Steve Noyce. The guy is an absolute legend. Like, I mean, I know he doesn't want accolades and stuff, and that's not what he does. But the man, honestly, is a saint. He really, really does care. He goes out of his way, travels to all our functions, be they in the back of Burke or wherever they are. So Steve Norris always makes an effort to get there, not just for our charity, for the other charities that are involved in the nesting as well. So a big cheerio to Steve. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much for joining us for another episode of Lebs on League. Tune in again where we promise to be back next week, unlike the previous couple of weeks.
Before we go, just out of curiosity, and you know I don't like Souths because as a rooster that's just part of my makeup.
Genetics.
And equally as much I hate the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But I would like to see a Souths and Bulldogs grand final, and I want the Bulldogs to crush you.
Isn't that interesting? Because I'm dying to see a Souths and Manly final so that we can just crush Manly because I hate them so much.
Nobody can beat Manly, you know that.
Nobody can beat Manly.
I'm telling you, out of the Bulldogs, Storm, come here. Get over here.
Quickly, before we go.
Get up here.
Come on.
Are you going to play footy? Are you going to play football? Are you? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I can't hear you. You've got to say it loud.
Smash heads.
Smash heads.
He's going to smash heads.
That's what I like to hear. I'd like to see, like, honestly, out of all those sides in the top 8, you ask any one of them, they don't want to play Manly in the grand final.
No,
Manly, I reckon, is the side that can cause the most damage for everybody. So, with that said, thanks for tuning into Lebs on League.